Hi guys, my name is Bernardo Faria. I'm 3 times world champion as black belt.
So do you think modern jiu-jitsu, what we're talking about modern jiu-jitsu, we're talking about what we see at the IBJJF, at the IBJJF black belt level, or even, you know what, even the blue belt, pro belt level, all on the belt levels, let's just say. The thing on modern jiu-jitsu, do you think it's hurting the roots of Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
You know, I mean, the roots are always there, and the roots are what led to that modern, you know, the Berimbolo and all these games that are, you know, on the uprise now. But I am fascinated by them. They're not really all a part of what I do, but they definitely have a place. I don't think that they're taking anything away from the roots, because we all had to come up with those basics, and the basics will always be there. But you look at Roger Gracie. I just took a seminar down at Silver Fox with Hamilo Barral, and man, these guys are the best in the world, and their game is simple. There's no real fancy, cool stuff that, you know, I couldn't do or you couldn't do. It's just a matter of drilling it, and training it over and over again, and believing in what you do. Again, I really teach what I learned, Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. You know, I feel that coming from the source of Jiu-Jitsu, that I keep my game along the lines of what Renzo and the Gracie family do. And those guys are my inspiration, and that's the type of jiu-jitsu I look to pass on. I do have some students, though, of course, you know, they go to the seminar here and a seminar there, and they pick up some new techniques, and they get quite good at it. Certain body styles lend to certain attributes in their training, and the flexibility or the long limbs or whatever they might have that, you know, allows them to do some stuff that I might not be able to do. But I'm fascinated by it. I do appreciate it, but I think it is not what would work for you in a fight. I mean, I know that the reason why I started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is because I was a fighter, and I wanted to learn how to fight better. You know, you try Berimbolo somebody on the street, and you're gonna have a pretty long, you know, you're gonna have a pretty rough time dealing with almost anybody, you know? But, you know, when you have a wrestler, or somebody like, you know, with a really good base, it's very difficult to pull that stuff off. The other person has to also be willing to play that game.
George, my brother, happy anniversary, 10th anniversary, 10 more to come. The school looks better than ever. Man, all the success. Good job, brother.
So you actually touched upon something that Groen just talked about. It's a very polarizing topic. He called the Berimbolo a mess, and it's a way to cheat to score points, if you will. Do you think the current rule sets that the IBJJF is really instating across the board foster of like a watering down of the effectiveness of jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I think so. I do believe that, you know, when you see people, you know, two guys sitting guard for, you know, 4 minutes of an 8 or a 10-minute match, you know, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in watching two guys do battle, not two guys kind of, you know, like shooting rubber bands at each other. You know, I want to see guys fight when I go to a tournament. So I'm not, you know, particularly thrilled by it, but it is a part of what's happening, and everybody needs to recognize it and address it.
Do you like the new submission only type of rule sets that Metamorphs, for instance, is putting together?
I do. I like it. I wish there was more time involved, because 20 minutes for me is not enough to watch the highest level guys, draw on a submission-only match, like the recent Morris with Salo Alberto, who's, man, greatest jiu-jitsu guy, one of the most decorated around. They weren't really able to, finish the fight, and I think they were both a little bit turned off by that themselves. Like somebody really needed to win that. And so why not give them a half an hour with a 15-minute overtime? I'm sure nobody would complain about it.
Hey guys, Tony Rivera here at Renzo Gracie Denville 10-year anniversary. I just want to say very honored to be here, participating with Professor George Sernack and the school. Congratulations on the 10 years, and if you're in the Denville area, definitely check him out. It's one of the best instructors I've known. Great school. Thanks again for having me, guys.
In your opinion, who's the best representative of Jiu-Jitsu right now?
Well, I mean, listen, Renzo Gracie, of course, is my mentor, and I think he's probably one of the most predominant figures in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And, naturally, Roger, guys like Jacare, guys, Bachecha and so on, the guys, Caprita. I'm not big on the Mendes brothers and stuff. I'm not saying anything negative. I just don't really follow them, or the Miao brothers, But I know, like, people are just fascinated by them. They love watching them. I kind of look for I want to see a fight. I want to see two guys really going at it, and I want to see them both doing jiu-jitsu. So if a guy pulls guard, you better pass his guard.
So jiu-jitsu comes in full circles. It's like not a lot of people know this fun fact, if you will. But before the Mendes brothers, before Samuel Braga, Ricardo Almeida actually developed a rolling back take from the Del Hiva, which is similar to what modern day berimbolo is. So what do you think the next evolution of jiu-jitsu is going to be?
That's a good question. I mean, I know, like you say, with Ricardo Almeida developing, those types of techniques, but, you look at guys like Eddie Bravo and stuff, but, you can trace all of that back to Hickson, Hoyler, Renzo, and that, that type of, those guys, especially Hoyler. I mean, being one of the smallest guys and being able to, really take on almost any size guy. I mean, he fought Mario Sperry at 210 pounds, and, he's just, one of my idols, of course. But, if you look back at some of the stuff they were doing 15 years ago, it's not any different than what you see. It just wasn't their specialty. Where some guys really, they took that and they specialized in it. They built their game around it.
So, how can someone reach you to come to your school, to visit, or to just have you seminars and whatnot?
Well, they can call me. 973-625-9444 is our phone number. rwmma.com is our website. And basically Facebook, we're Team Renzo Gracie Denville on Facebook.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Pleasure was all mine. Thank you.
Okay, so a lot of times, very difficult to pass a good guy's half guard. Somebody's got maybe long legs and he's able to recover his guard very easily. So what I want to do is I want to free my half guard to maybe like a quarter guard. So I'm going to put pressure with my left hand on his right hip, my right hand on his left shoulder. At this point, I'm going to be able to pop myself up to this position now where my partner, where my knee is past my partner's guard. And when he's closing his legs here, he's only got a small quarter guard position on me now. So from here now, I'm looking to pass, but a lot of times, like I said, I really can't pass a good guy's guard. So I'm gonna grab his gi here and feed it under the neck. So I have a cross collar grip and I have his gi here. And at this point, a lot of time I go to turn, and as he reaches for my back, he goes towards my back, I'm gonna loop the gi over his head and roll to finish with a nice choke. One more time. So once again, my partner's got me in half guard position. My left hand goes on his right hip. I want to draw a line across his body here. okay? I'm gonna pin his left shoulder down with my right hand, pin his right hip down with my left hand. So here, when I pop my body up here, I'm gonna feed across collar, okay? I'm gonna take my opponent's gi, slip it under his arm, turning my hand into this direction here. Now when I start to baseball slide out, my partner sees my back. At this point, I'm gonna roll my head to the mat, over, take the gi, and finish with a nice, strong stranglehold.
So look, we're here on side control. Of course, he's being smart, he's being patient, keeping his frame, his arms in. So what I'm gonna do here, look, the key is to open him up, okay, without getting my way off him, because he's waiting to bump me out of here. So sometimes you guys doing this. So look, this opening here is always gonna be here, okay? This is physically possible for him to close his elbow like this. If he does this, he exposes the hand, so I can just start wrapping the arm. So look, I always wanna go right here, okay? Now keep it tight there and look. What I'm gonna do here, look, I don't wanna go forward, okay? I wanna go in an angle and place my chest, look, on his face right here. Okay, so this is my whole body, look, on the elbow, which will be the weaker part of the arm, right here, look. So just look, it's like this, right there. Okay, now look, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna start reaching for his hand. Okay, and I'm gonna feed, look, for the hand under the head right there. Okay, so I'm not gonna grab it here, I'm gonna grab right on his hand. If I grab it here, extend the arm, Look, you can extend it. Once I start grabbing here, look, extend the arm now. It's much harder. So I'm actually, look, my hand on his hand right here. Okay, now look, keep it nice and tight under. I'm gonna lock my own hand right here. Guys, pay attention, my thumbs are together, okay? And now look, I'm gonna roll my hand, look, over his hand like this. Now, I'm not gonna go over the head and finish the Americana. You guys have to do this all day. I can finish, they get roll, you have balance, right? I need to bring his hand, look, towards his elbow. I barely raise the elbow, okay? Look, I bring his elbow, look, towards his hips, look, and slowly, look, see how it's already raising the hips to feeling it? But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do just like a motorcycle grip, but the opposite way. I'm gonna accelerate the motorcycle like this. Now look, I'm gonna go forward, look, and once I bring his elbow towards his hip, without clearing the head, he's already tapping. Do you feel the shoulder there? Okay. So right here, look, from here, go forward, accelerate the motorcycle. Now look, start bringing his elbow down, look, right here, super tight, super strong. Okay. So again, on side control, control the head. Also for the white belts, you guys gotta stop doing this, okay? Because this is a very, you guys feel safe, but a guy who knows how to skate, got flexible hips. I'm pinning him down here, but my hands, look, are busy holding him down. His hips are loose. He can just scoop out, breathe in the air like this. Once he gets in, I'm out. He's back in the guard. So try to control the guy always here, okay? With loose hands. So the guys move the hip out. You can block him. You can hold the knee. You can switch it over. So I'm right here. Clap it, look, right there. And once I open, look, start coming, feeding to the other one. Right on the hand, look, hand on hand. Okay, bring it under. Go forward. Lean forward, look. Right here. Okay, guys? Let's go. Come on, 3. 1, 2, 3.
So guys, look, you can either start in a technical lift position here or butterfly position. It's kind of preference here. What I like to do is I like to get a high grip on the lapel here. I like to keep the first 2 to 3 inches of my wrist on the side of the jugular here. So if I go too low, it's not going to work. I need to get my hand right here, and I don't want the wide part of my wrist in his neck. I turn for the blade here. Okay. Now what I do is I just sit out a little bit here. I shoot the half guard in and I pull him down. As I break his posture here, I elevate this elbow. This hand comes over the top, weaves inside, and I snake my own bicep here. As I do this, guys, I fall to my side, throw the leg over. This elbow goes down, the top elbow goes down, bottom elbow goes up with a choke. Again. Plain open guard here. Feed this all the way up here. I want to turn my wrist now here, right on his jugular. I turn outside, shoot my leg in, break his posture. His hand goes over the top. You guys can use your forearm to pull the head down, to push the head down a little bit. Snake this one here. As I fall, I go to my right hip. The heel goes over, elbow up, elbow down. Right here. See it again? Got it? 1, 2, 3.